Mario.
I'm for your physical. Step on the scale, please. Mamma mia!
His biggest secret
Finally
is
an intro?
related to...
Mario footsteps.
Oh, I love that.
Here we go. Let's go.
Hello, Internet! Welcome to Game Theory, where, you know what? I've got myself a to-do list. Over the last 7 years of this show, there have been a lot of lingering mysteries. The story of FNAF, will I ever do Mass Effect Part 2? When will Diet Coke finally sponsor me? And last episode, I finally put one of those to rest, and it felt so good. Real good to get that monkey off my back. I say monkey, but really it was a haunted bear robot possessed by a conglomeration of kids' souls. Anyway, even though it's the tail end of summer, let's continue our spring cleaning and check another long-running mystery off this list. The height of everyone's favorite murderous sociopath, Mario Jumpman
Oh, so
Mario.
it's the
Now,
height.
you
We're gonna
loyal
figure
players
out.
will know that over the history of game theory, it has been one of my biggest headaches. Let's just say it was my version of your princesses in another castle.
Yeah, I remember
Each
him
time I
attack
thought I had
areas
figured out the
before.
perfect methodology to confirm Mario's height, something else would pop up to contradict me until, you know, I just eventually gave up. That's right, I don't give up too much on this channel, but in this case I realized I was beaten, threw in the towel, simply going with the 5 foot 1 inch, 155 centimeter canon height claimed by Nintendo. I just needed the height for all the physics episodes and figured who was I to oppose the direct word of Mr. Miyamoto. Actually, now that I think about it, opposing official statements by Nintendo is basically the premise of like a quarter of this channel.
Yeah,
Long story short, no game in the Mario franchise has ever proven it, no piece of evidence in all my research has ever allowed me to confirm it, nothing. Blank slate, nothing. At least until today. That's right,
So he
loyal
has the
theorists. It's
answer
time to
now.
get another monkey off my back, and this time it's an overweight red plumber monkey, because 7 years later we finally have the clue that we need to not just establish Mario's canon height, but also the canon heights of
Oh, you can
literally
figure out
every
everybody.
other character in the Mushroom
Based
Kingdom.
on-
Something that, as I understand it, has never truly been done before. So get ready to update those fan wikis, because it's my goal to give you the definitive answer that no one knew that they needed. The scientifically proven heights and weights of key Mario characters. And in the
Alright,
process, we're gonna uncover
see it.
ourselves a threat to the Mushroom Kingdom
Figure
that is
this thing
far
out.
larger
How
and
large?
far more threatening
So
than
they're not even
another
Bowser.
dumb Bowser kidnapping
Run away!
plot. Earlier this year, Nintendo released a free update to Super Mario Odyssey called
With the
Luigi's
balloons.
Balloon
Balloon
World.
yeah.
Now, show of hands, who hasn't heard of this thing? Of course you haven't! It came out in February for a game
I
that
actually
everyone
heard
had picked
about
to
it.
shreds by the end of last October. And for all the rest of you who have heard of it, well, you must watch Donkey. Good stuff, that Donkey. Anyway, in this little minigame,
I
players
do
are able
watch
to hide
Donkey.
balloons
That's
throughout
how I
various
heard about
kingdoms
it.
in the game.
Oh,
Other
yes,
players
okay,
then
I have
try to
heard
find
of
them
it.
within
I
a
have
certain
heard.
time limit. It's almost like Nintendo got tired of placing moons, so they outsourced it to the community. I know what you're up to, Nintendo. First, you had us constructing your levels with Mario Maker. Now you're having us place moons for you, too? Oh, we can't make games that are gonna satisfy the entire fan base. Let them make it for themselves.
Yeah.
Actually, you
Nintendo
know what? That's a
crap.
pretty damn brilliant idea.
is.
Well done, Nintendo. Well done. Anyway, besides giving the world an image of Luigi wearing a bow tie while searching for moons, the game provides the current distance between you and the balloon.
Oh, so
Nothing
he's
too
gonna use
special
that to
there
kinda
until
figure
you
it out.
notice the distance is written in meters. Real world M meters. And how can we be sure about this? Well, by using this in-game ruler as a reference, it's possible to use pixel measurements to determine that Mario's height is in fact 5 feet 1 inch or
So
1 meter
it
and
is right.
55 centimeters.
Wow, well, you're
Not
right.
only is this a
Correct.
confirmation of Mario's canon height that we've been using for the past 2 years, but it was determined
confirms
through a
he is
mainline
5'1".
Mario game. This isn't us factoring in the weird scaling of Super Smash Bros. Brawl or that time I used Mario's cameo in NBA Street. This is an actual
cameo in
Mario
NBA Street.
platform.
So he's actually
All
5'1".
research
So he is
the first
5'1".
time that Nintendo
Yeah,
has gone out of their way to do
he's
something that
canon
could
stuff.
possibly
Now he
confirm a
got canon,
statistic
that's
like this. It would have been so easy for them to make up a fake unit and call it a day, but no.
No,
Not
they got
only was
meters.
the distance written with a real-life unit, but the scale lines up perfectly with Mario's Nintendo-certified canon height. This, ladies and gentlemen, was intentional. Someone
good.
or some group within Nintendo wanted us to find this out and give us the
Like it's
confirmation we've been asking for years. And you know know what makes that even more interesting? A few years ago on this channel, I covered how Rosalina, first introduced in Super Mario Galaxy, is probably Princess Peach's daughter. I used genetics.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember that one.
Lore. To this
remember that.
day, it's the theory I list as one of my all-time favorites I've ever done on this
Oh, yeah.
channel.
It's
I love it
genetics.
so much these many years later that I even included a mention of it in the Theorist Journal, part of the new merch collection that I launched last week. On sale now, act fast because supplies are limited. Ooh, there's a hidden mystery inside of the merch. Click the link in the description or at the end of the video to grab your Theorist gear before it's gone.
Theorist
Look
gear.
smart, be smart, theory wear. Now, all shilling aside, what started me down the rabbit hole of that theory to begin with was a storybook hidden in Super Mario Galaxy that seemed to heavily suggest that Rosalina was more than what she seemed. It is, to this day, the single
She doesn't look
largest
like
piece
Peach,
of
I mean.
Mario in-game lore. A bit of lore that was never meant to actually be in the game in the first place. The game's director wrote it late at night when no one was around, so no one would know what was in it. And then he pitched it specifically to Mr. Miyamoto to try and get it squeezed into the game. That man was Yoshiaki Koizumi, director of Mario Galaxy, and, wouldn't you know it, lead producer of Super Mario Odyssey. In short, it looks like us theorists may have an inside man at Nintendo. Someone who's starting to seed out stuff for us to latch onto when it comes to the lore of the Mario universe. I can bet that I'll be paying close attention to what Koizumi
So we're gonna
brings
be
us in
using
the
his
future.
secrets
Anyway,
to-
armed with the information from
So that means
Luigi's
it's gonna be
Balloon
another
World, we
Mario
can
game.
now use pixel
Who was
measurements
surprised
of
at
all
that?
the character
Who was
models
surprised
to
about
compare
that?
them to the ruler that is Mario Jumpman Mario. We started
So,
by
yeah,
getting
if he's
official
5'1",
written
you could
models
figure
from
out the other
games, many of
ones.
which can be found on the models resource. Now, if you've never been there and are in any way interested in learning about game artwork, 3D modeling, sprite work, textures, whatever, the VG resource is an incredible community. From there, we dropped those 3D models into a program named Blender. It's free, open source, 3D computer
Yeah, I know
graphics
Blender.
software used
Damn,
for
he's going
everything
through
from
it.
animating films, to visual effects, and of
that top
course,
one?
creating video games. Mario Kart Wii, believe it or not, was the best game to get all these characters into the same place so we can compare like with like. Though I will say that I did double check that those measurements were similar across other games as well, including Mario Galaxy, Mario Party, and Mario Sports Mix. So now that you know how it was all done, let's go through the results. Luigi, Wario, and Yoshi
How
all
tall are
measured
they?
up at 5'9"
They're
tall,
5'9".
175
Dang.
centimeters. Peach and Daisy
They're
towered
tall.
above the boys
Really?
at 6 foot tall,
Damn.
183
Whoa.
centimeters, as long as you don't
6
count their
foot
crowns.
two.
Rosalina is even bigger at 7 foot 3 inches, or 221 centimeters. But surprising nobody, Waluigi is the tallest, standing
How
at the
tall?
absolute ridiculous height of 7 foot 7 inches,
Jeez.
or
Wow.
520
What?
centimeters.
Why are they all
So
so
maybe
tall?
that's why Waluigi can't be included in Smash. We heard that Ridley was too big for years, but let's face it, Waluigi is just enormous. At that height, he's bigger than Yao Ming, one of the tallest NBA players ever, who stood at 7 foot 6 inches. And yet,
He's
for as
tall-
big as
taller than
Waluigi
Waluigi.
is, he's still nowhere close to the tallest human in recorded history, Robert
Right.
Wadlow, the giant of Illinois, who stood at the incredible height of 8 foot 11 inches, or 272 centimeters.
Wow.
That's like a refrigerator and a half. Oh,
How do you
and
go
in this
through
list, you might be
doors?
noticing one big omission,
Yeah, where's Bowser?
both literally and figuratively.
How
Bowser.
do you went through
Yeah, I didn't
doors?
Yeah,
include
how
him
tall
simply
is
because he
Bowser?
changes heights. A lot.
Yeah, Bowser-
a
Look
lot.
how
a
big
lot.
that is.
This guy
Oh
changes
my
heights more
God.
frequently than I change the order of my FNAF timelines. Anyway, I thought about ending this episode here. We've had a lot of long episodes lately. I
Yeah,
have a
I
new
mean,
child
that-
to worry
that'd be
about.
the
The in-laws
shortest
are currently visiting, and I should
episode
probably
in
spend
a
some time with
while.
them. But you know what? I'm not going to leave you hanging.
True.
Yeah, 'cause
Seriously,
you don't wanna-
we all lame up
you
Sandy
don't wanna
Chelsea,
waste
giving you
your
the heights of a
time.
handful of Mushroom
You know?
Kingdom characters.
Yeah.
So
Where's
who
the
are we
big
gonna
twist?
get to?
Where's the big reveal? The surprise conclusion? That so what moment that I like to end all these episodes on. So I'm deciding to linger in the closet a bit longer, which I swear has nothing to do with me trying to avoid talking to the in-laws about the Italian deli down the street for like the umpteenth time. Just because
Get out of the
Italian deli
closet,
doesn't make it the best deli
Pat.
ever. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
So anyway, I'm hanging out in the
Come on
closet a bit
out.
longer to find everyone's weights too,
Phrasing.
and that yielded something that was much more surprising. First, let's talk about methodology. Now, obviously, unlike frame rates or pixel measurements, there's no way to slow down a video game and perfectly determine the mass of a character. However, back in my Blue Shell episode, I mentioned that in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, that each character was assigned an invisible number that corresponded to their weight. Mario is listed with a weight of 6 and is known to have a mass of about 90 kilograms, or about 198 pounds.
Okay.
Therefore, each weight unit in the game was equal to 15 kilograms, or 33 pounds. This also checked out with the weight Austin calculated in his science video using a very different methodology of water propulsion from Super Mario Sunshine. So overall, while it may not be 100% correct, you gotta appreciate that it's pretty
Why
darn
not
close for the
100%?
weight of a bunch of fictional characters racers who only just now got associated with a real-world metric for the first time in nearly 40 years. And yes, before you start commenting, but MatPat, these ratings are incorrect. Baby Peach and Baby Rosalina are listed with a weight value of 0. Clearly they have mass. This should not be possible. Unsubscribe. Yeah, I heard you in the aftermath of the previous video, and I recognize that a few of the racers are given a mass of 0 in the game's weight units. But did you stop to consider this? Each racer's mass is going to be rounded to the nearest whole number. So conceivably, a racer weighing in under half of 33 pounds, what, 16 and a half pounds or 7.49 kilograms, those racers would be rounded down and rated as a 0. And having a newborn weigh less than 16 pounds, take it from Daddy Pat over here, that is perfectly normal. In fact, you want to weigh in under 16 pounds, otherwise they're going to have a hard time squeezing through the things that they have to squeeze through to. Birth is weird. Anyway, is this methodology super precise? No, but until we're able to strap all the characters with water jet packs, rounding like this is what we're gonna have to work with. So, using this Mario Kart chart, I was able to come up with a rough mass for everyone.
Okay,
just
so
figured
what's
how
their
Mario
mass?
weighs in at 198 pounds, and his brother Luigi is the same. Sure, he's thinner, but he's also taller, meaning that he's also weighing in at around 198 pounds. You know how you're never supposed to ask a girl for her age or her weight? Well, why ask when you can stalk her online and use hidden measurements kept on obscure websites? Peach is clocking in at 132 pounds or 60 kilograms. Rosalina may or may not be Peach's daughter, but she certainly didn't inherit her mother's petite physique, considering that our star princess here tips the scales at 231 pounds or 105 kilograms, while Luigi is a bit heavier at 264 pounds, 120 kilos, and rounding out the top, literally and figuratively, to nobody's surprise, is Wario at 330 pounds, 150 kilograms. Now, here's where that information goes from mildly interesting to alarming. You see, I was curious, so I decided to do one last calculation. Each character's body mass index, or BMI. All you have to do to calculate it is take the person's mass in kilograms and divide it by the person's height in meters squared. Now, why would I want to do this? Well, according to the Center for Disease Control, BMI scores are indicators of your level of fitness. So I wanted to determine who was roughly the fittest in the Mushroom Kingdom. Heck, if the metric is good enough for We Fit, it's good enough for me. So a BMI score of less than 18.5 is considered underweight. 18.5 to 25 is considered normal. BMI 25 to 30 is overweight. 30 to 40 is considered obese. And 40 is morbidly obese. And it's here that I discovered what is perhaps the mushroom.
There's a few of them that are morbidly obese.
No, it's not an anthropomorphic turtle dragon with magical abilities trying to take over a kingdom. It's not even the oblivious princess wielding an army of mindless fungus servants to maintain her rule. No, the biggest threat to everyone in the Mushroom Kingdom is their eating habits. At their current weight, according to their BMI ratings, every character is in an unhealthy range. Daisy and Peach underweight, Luigi overweight, Mario is obese, and Wario is morbidly obese. No one has a healthy body type. Well, no one except for one. You heard that right. Everyone's favorite purple string bean here is in the healthy range. With a BMI of 22.1, he may have been rejected by the Smash Brothers roster, but he wasn't rejected by the Center for Disease Control. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is Waluigi's big secret and the Mushroom Kingdom's biggest dilemma. Because, let's face it, if Waluigi's body shape is what defines healthy in your universe, well then yeah, you got yourself some serious problems. But hey, it's worth mentioning that Rosalina is healthy too. It just wasn't as fun or dramatic to include her in that big conclusion, but yeah, she's in there too.
Oh, okay, so she's also healthy.
She's not memeish enough. Get memeish, Rosalina. Get a page from Waluigi's book. Look at this guy. He's a walking hot mess, but he's endearing.
Anyway,
all about But hey, did you know that Game Theory merch is now available for all sorts of body shapes and canon heights, extra small to extra large. And not just shirts either, but we've got an incredible heavy-duty backpack, super fun socks that are like my favorite socks in my wardrobe right now because they're super bright and personality and pop socket for your phone, which is like the simplest, best device that I've ever had on an electronic ever. If you don't like any of the merch that you see, boom, we're also offering a theorist patch. Now, anything can become Game Theory merch. It's kind of like the Nintendo strategy. You don't like what we're doing? Well, then do it yourself. Here you go. Make your jacket a Game Theory jacket. Make your hat a Game Theory hat. Make your cap a Game Theory hat. Disclaimer, please do not staple or sew this patch onto your craft. Collars would probably be best. Not only are you going to be getting some of the highest quality YouTuber merch around, trust me, we care a lot about this stuff, and we bought a ton of other people's stuff to see how it compares, and let's just say there's a lot of
And the weight is
out there.
obviously
This time
stretchy,
it comes with
No.
a mystery. Hidden amongst the merch is a puzzle that you can solve. The
come
first
up
clue to
that
start you on your
debunks
quest is
it,
hidden in one
but
or
I think it's as
multiple of
accurate
these
as you
merch
can get
items. If you don't want to buy
for now.
anything, well then no problem. You can team up with friends online and you can still solve the puzzles. In fact, the whole thing was
Yeah,
designed
there
to
wasn't
be
really
working
a
together as a theory community. I thought that would be a really nice, fun puzzle to bring us all together. So check it out via the
There's
link in
not
the
much
description or the link that you see on screen right now.
Healthy
CreatorInc.com/theoryware. I
universe.
personally
In
challenge
their
you to get the
universe,
white shirt.
which
I wanted to
honestly
help brighten up
isn't
gamer wardrobes if
surprising
you're always
because he
black.
does
In a white shirt, it's
look
the one that's not
like he is healthy.
Now, if you'll excuse me,
I
I've been out in
mean,
the
his
closet way
character
too long.
design
Yeah,
is, you know,
great.
he's
Italian
tall
Joe needs one.
and
So yeah,
Okay, yeah, I think we're done too, sorry.
that he's not too thin that he's
So,
going to be
why
like
don't we
a
just
dick,
finish?
which that happens.
I'm going.
That's setting something up
You
for
don't
the
have the
others.
metabolism to. You don't have the.
Oh, there you go.
metabolism
Looks like we
to
got their
actually
heights.
gain.
And if you stay the night, yeah, if you're alright, I might be coming back for more. And if you're coming back, we must be on the right track, and I'll be stepping up for sure.